Now grab that small bowl and let's build our flavor foundation, the spice mix that's going to make these enchiladas sing. Add in 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder, that's your aromatic base right there. Then 1 full tablespoon of ground cumin for that earthy warmth you expect in authentic Mexican-inspired dishes. Follow that with a tablespoon of smoked paprika for depth, a tablespoon of dried oregano for that herbal brightness, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. We're not trying to set your mouth on fire, just give it a gentle kick that builds as you eat. Grab your spoon and really mix this together until it's uniform in color. You'll notice the fragrance immediately. That's the smell of flavor waiting to happen. Set this aside because we'll use it in two places. First in the sauce for background warmth, then again in the filling for that upfront punch you taste right away. Now let's move to the stove and build our enchilada sauce from scratch. This is where store-bought gets left in the dust. Heat a skillet over medium heat and pour in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once it shimmers, whisk in 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Keep stirring constantly for about a minute until it forms a smooth golden paste called a roux. This is what will thicken our sauce beautifully without any weird additives. Slowly pour in half a cup of chicken stock while whisking continuously to avoid lumps. You'll see it thicken almost immediately into a silky texture. Add the second half cup of stock and keep stirring until fully incorporated. Now here's the magic. Pour in 1.5 cups of tomato passata, that's just smooth tomato puree, for that rich red color and fresh tomato backbone. Season with a tablespoon of salt and a generous crack of black pepper, then add 2 teaspoons from our spice mix. Stir everything together for a full minute until the sauce coats the back of your spoon and smells absolutely incredible. It should be pourable but substantial, not watery, not gloopy. Remove it from heat and set it aside. You could even blend it quickly with an immersion blender if you want it extra smooth, but I like a little texture. While that cools slightly, let's build our filling in another skillet. Heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil over medium heat, then add half a teaspoon of minced garlic and 1 finely chopped yellow onion. Sauté for 2 minutes until the onion turns translucent and the garlic becomes fragrant. Don't let it brown or it'll turn bitter. Now add your 500 grams of ground beef, breaking it up with your spoon as it cooks. Let it brown for about 2 minutes until no pink remains. This is when we add the remaining spice mix, all of it, so the meat gets coated in those flavors while it's still hot and receptive. Then stir in your 400 grams of black beans, drained and rinsed, and 400 grams of refried beans. That combination is key. The black beans give you texture and little bursts of earthiness, while the refried beans act as a creamy binder that holds everything together so your filling doesn't spill out when you roll. Mix thoroughly until everything is warmed through and cohesive, then remove from heat. Assembly time. This is where it all comes together. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees fan forced. Grab a 9 by 13 inch baking dish and smear about half a cup of that beautiful sauce across the bottom. This prevents sticking and keeps the bottom layer from drying out. Now take a corn tortilla. I highly recommend gently warming them in the microwaves wrapped in a damp paper towel for 30 seconds first, so they become pliable and won't crack when you roll. Lay one down, place 3 generous spoonfuls of filling along the bottom third, then tightly roll it away from you, tucking in the sides slightly as you go. Place it seam side down in the dish. Repeat this process, nestling each rolled enchilada snugly against the last until the entire bottom of your dish is covered in a single layer. Don't worry if they're touching, they'll soften further in the oven. Now generously pour the remaining sauce over the top, making sure every inch is covered because exposed tortilla will dry out. Finally, shower the whole thing with a generous 2 cups of shredded cheese. I use a blend of Monterey Jack and sharp cheddar for meltability and flavor. Cover tightly with foil and bake for 10 minutes to heat through gently. Then remove the foil, this is crucial, and bake another 10 minutes uncovered so the cheese gets bubbly and slightly golden at the edges, while the sauce reduces just enough to cling perfectly. Pull them out, let them rest for 5 minutes so they set up slightly and won't explode when you cut in. Then serve with fresh cilantro, a dollop of sour cream, and maybe some sliced avocado on the side. You just made restaurant-quality enchiladas that taste like they simmered all day, but we know the truth. They're yours. Enjoy every bite.